Guys, welcome back to another episode of Real NoVa Network. I think I'm actually going to go back to the Chris Colgan show, actually. I like that a lot better. But I'm trying a new format, and I brought in a special guest, very special, good friend of mine, my friend Priscilla from Premier Homes Group. And you know the area really well, like myself. And so we're gonna talk about a couple of different news stories going on. And like I said, this is episode 11, and I'm kind of tricking her, by the way, because I didn't really tell you every story.
Thanks.
Yeah, exactly. So
I have no clue what we're talking about today.
exactly. Now I gotta be talking about anything. So let's get into the video. This one I'm kind of talking about topics that a lot of home buyers ask me about. And obviously you sell new homes as well, like multi-million-dollar homes, but okay, so I had pulled a story recently about the best farmers markets in Northern Virginia, and what the story said, and what I come up, Manassas was actually ranked #1 in Northern Virginia.
That is a good one. It's a big one.
That's a bigger one. Is that like Old Town Manassas?
Yes, Old Town Manassas.
Yeah.
They have a lot of vendors.
So I feel like they probably would like shut down the whole street, right?
It's like a big parking lot in front of a school.
Have you ever been to First Friday in Old Town Manassas?
I haven't.
Every First Friday they like shut down the streets. Yeah, that's really.
Bands and everything. Yeah, it looks like fun. I have seen some stuff on.
Yeah, that's really popular. Then Dale City, they're the cheapest one that you can go to. And then this makes sense. Old Town Alexandria is actually the oldest in the United States. Here's the funny thing. They said George Washington used to have a setup there and sold there.
I wonder what he would sell there. That would be really interesting.
Exactly. And then Falls Church, of course, that makes sense. So basically, you know, from a home buyer's perspective, I think these community assets boost neighborhood appeal and then kind of just shows local amenities. And then they say the Dale City one really helped turn the area around because it brings in like a lot of people. So kind of like, what are your takes on guys, look at me. Do I look like I go to the farmer's market every weekend? I do see the Haymarket one, and mainly I'm yelling because they closed the street down.
Yeah.
But tell me, like, so what do you go to them a lot? Like, what's the best one?
You know what? I'm big on farm markets. They give back to the local community. I don't go to them a lot anymore because I work on the weekends, but I just hit one up last weekend here in the Plains. It's Kinlock Farm.
Okay.
They do 100% grass-fed beef. I love going there. They have a farmer's market on Sundays, and you can get baked goods. It's not just produce anymore. It's baked goods, it's produce, it's fresh flowers. It's, you know, people make things with their hands, like, you know, cutting boards and everything. It's pottery. It's really good to give back to the community that way. Organic goods, you know, it's all really, they have fermented stuff for health and wellness, you know, working on your good gut bacteria. I'm gonna get all like healthy now.
Yeah, like they're like peppermint oils or whatever, yeah.
It's great, you know, it's a way for the community to come together too and see each other and talk about things. I think it's great. Now,
I did read a little, not to be Mr. Negative, half of the vendors at farmers markets bring in stuff from wholesalers. So some of these ones, we're gonna figure you out. We will find you if you know who you are.
Don't do that.
No,
it's supposed to be local goods,
yeah.
you know?
That's like me going to Wegmans and saying, I made these pies. Yeah, okay, cool. So I think it does help the area, help with home prices, like especially if you can walk to one. All right, cool.
Yeah, it's appealing to a new home buyer in the community. Oh, there's a farmer's market down the road, you know? Oh, okay, great. I can do that on the weekend.
Yep, definitely, 100%. Ashburn, they just built a $15 million rec center, but why it's a good story is brand new, opened July 31st. Get this, opening day, they had 2,500 people. The first weekend, they had 22,000 visitors, okay? So they've got 12 hoop basketball gym, largest in the county, 50-meter competition pool, diving, lazy river, and a sensory room. And you know, I feel like these kind of facilities do drive property values up. And membership is just $40 a month. And then according to National Association of Realtors, being close to these type of facilities raises home values. Like, what do you think about that?
Absolutely. First of all, very affordable.
Yeah.
I mean, comparing that to Lifetime.
Yeah, Lifetime's
you know,
I like them.
And
like
it sounds like this is bigger. They have more stuff. Great for kids. You know, kids need stuff to do after school, you know, and this sounds amazing. If you want to stay fit, you can go to that. If you also relax, and I'm sure they have spa areas as well. And, you know, just practicing your sport after school there. It gives you an area to chill with your family as well. well.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like that price point is really good. Like, that's a really fair, like you said, Lifetime can get super expensive.
Yes, it can. I was part of Lifetime with my son a couple years back, and it was just, you know, we would barely go, and then you would still be paying that monthly. You know?
Yeah, like me. Like, I'm a part of it, and I barely go. I will say they're really nice there, but 22,000 people the first weekend, that's really good. I mean, and it's kind of good to see, like, something come in that's not like a data center or like a high-end luxury gym, you know?
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good for the community as well. Going back to the health and fitness, you know, wellness and everything, that gets everybody really jumping into being healthy.
Yeah, totally change the subject, but Premier Homes Group, one of my favorite features is, don't you guys usually put in like a gym and sauna in the houses?
So we usually do gym, a full spa with a dry sauna, steam shower, all of that, just because it gets rid of the toxins, you know? It's very healthy for you. The saying is, you don't have to go to the doctor, just go to the dry sauna.
Yeah. So
that obviously doesn't work for everything.
Like, has that been a big thing for luxury buyers? Because I've actually heard a lot of buyers say they had that recently.
That is actually one of the favorite things that our clients like about us, is the downstairs gym and spa area. So that is definitely a must for that level of real estate.
Yeah, that's. I mean, if I had the money, I would probably put one of those in there and then have the masseuse show up at my house.
Yeah, there's ample room for a massage table and everything. Yeah. So, yeah.
All right, so next story. Another thing that a lot of buyers have been asking me about, and it's been really weird because about like art centers and like artsy things to do. And like, I feel like people always say Northern Virginia doesn't have anything to do, but we do have a lot of event centers. So I kind of looked up more local ones. So you've got Workhouse Art Center in Lorton, which was a former prison. Okay, that's kind of funny.
Oh, yes, I have heard about this.
Torpedo Factory in Alexandria, and they got 71 artist studios, Delray Artisans, Intimate Community Space, McLean Project for the Arts, and then Middleburg has a film festival every year that draws in 5,000 to 10,000 people. So like, I feel like that's actually really cool. Like, I'm not a big arts person. Like, I mean, I like watching movies, but I'm not gonna go watch Shakespeare or anything like that. But what I will say, one of my favorite places right off 234 is the Hilton Performing Arts Center. If you've ever been to that, that's really nice. So what are your thoughts on that? Are you like a big artsy person?
I'm really not, but I will say I appreciate people's hard work, and it takes hours to complete these masterpieces, you know, that go into galleries. Either it's, you know, painting or sculptures or anything. I think it's nice to go appreciate people's work and their creativity, you know?
There's a lot of talented people around here. Like, a lot of times you'll walk in somewhere and then I'll say, oh, that's a really cool painting. And then they'll say, you know, Jim Smith down from Bristow painted it. And I'm like, what the heck?
You're like, yes, he's from our area.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of talented. Now, this next story, right? I'm actually concerned about this one. Bobby should be too. You're okay, because your son, he's a big boy with a good job and all of that. Listen to this. In Virginia, college costs are up 40% over the last 20 years. In-state public universities now cost $30,000 a year, up 40% from 2006. William and Mary is the most expensive college, $43,000, and the least expensive is $23,000. I mean, what do you think about that? It says, and Virginia ranks number 14 nationally for biggest increase in student loan delinquency. Is like, I feel like these colleges are getting like out of control. It's $43,000 for in-state tuition. Hold on a second. Sorry, I almost passed out. I was so mad. What do you think about that?
I think it's wild. I mean, really, let's say if you have one child, you know, it's decent, but you have 1, 2, 3 children, we're talking about $100K a year for the first year. You know, I think that affects the house you're gonna purchase.
100%, yeah, like the in-state tuition, right? Yeah.
Like the pricing of your home, how big your home you're going into, because you got to think about these costs, you know? So.
And I think last year, I don't know the number, but my niece goes to Virginia Tech. Last year, they broke their record for their most amount of people have ever applied. A lot of these schools are hard to get into too, and it's like they're making a lot of money.
Right.
I feel like too, like now, especially with like Tech, probably UVA, you have to have like the best football, you know, stadium, the best facilities. But my God, like that's expensive.
It really is.
So one little trick I'll tell you guys, especially if you're watching from far away, is my grandfather was really big into community colleges, and I think Northern Virginia Community College might be like the second or third biggest in the country. So a cool thing is you can go there for 2 years, get an associate, and then pretty much any school in Virginia has to take you. So that's a really good way to save money, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, you got to budget that in, you know? It's like, how many kids do you really want to have at that point?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, I'm like, guys, I hope you, I hope you guys start working when you're 3, you know? Yeah, it's just crazy, you know? And I don't know if you guys have seen this, but if you go down 234 in Manassas, they're building a town center that's gonna connect George Mason University next to student housing. So they're just building more college stuff. But I do feel like, I don't know if college, I'm probably gonna get some like hate comments. I don't know if college will be that big of a deal going forward as it used to be, especially with these like rising costs. But do you think that's something that home buyers look at when they're buying? Do you think that's like a big thing?
Yeah, like I said, I mean, if you have 3 kids and you need a budget in college for all 3 of them, I think you're going with a smaller house.
Yeah.
You know, less cost, everything, you know, just you got to budget it in.
Yeah.
You know?
Someone was telling me they put away money, like you could put money in a fund or something. And they did it for like a niece, and then that program like went away. Like where it would pay all their in-state tuition.
So there's some programs that you can start off when they're babies.
That's what I thought.
And start saving.
And you'll have like 40 grand there. They'll be like, oh, that pays their books.
And then it turns out they don't go to college. And then finally, they can use it for the down payment of their house or something. I will say, a lot of the companies now, depending what field, of course, but they're not requiring a degree, you know? So I think that's getting a little bit more popular.
I think a lot of it more is expertise and like trade. Yeah. There was a funny episode, and I don't really watch the show. I happened to turn it on. It was South Park. And it was like 10 years from now, and all the plumbers were driving like Lamborghinis. And the electrician and the accountants and engineers, the tradespeople and the accountants and engineers were looking for jobs. It was like they had like hired me. And I was like, that's kind of true, because some of those jobs pay big money now, you know?
Right, yeah.
So
you need those people to come. You know, AI can't do the plumbing job.
No, AI can't come and change your toilet out. And not yet that I know this Tesla robot, though. You never know. Sure. Yeah. The final story, guys, is data centers money is still out of control. I just looked this up. A company called Black Chamber bought 53 acres in Bristow, Virginia. We only paid $131 million. Property is right next to Microsoft's brand new AI data center. So they paid $2.5 million per acre, shows the premium pricing, located in Prince William County's already approved data center opportunity zone. Why it matters: validates Prince William County as a major data center hub, brings in high paying jobs with tax revenue, and it's close to Microsoft. But I will say, I literally was just on YouTube, and Business Insider posted a big documentary about data centers, and they were in Prince William County.
Yes.
And they had a negative thing about it. So I usually shut my mouth about these things, but $2.5 million an acre. So my opinion is, and let me know what you think, it's a double-edged sword, right? Because there are some ugly ass buildings, but I feel like maybe there probably would be 2,000 homes there if there wasn't a data center. So what do you think? Like, what's your opinion on it?
I honestly have mixed opinions of data centers. They are definitely taking over my area. I'm from Gainesville, so you know they're popping up everywhere there. I think they add value to the land, obviously, because these investors are coming in and paying prime dollar for these for the lots to build these places on. But also, first of all, they don't look very
No,
nice.
they don't make them. They're not looking like something in Paris.
And they use a lot of energy up. I heard they're not good for the environment, but you know.
Yeah, what is good for the environment?
Everything is bad for the environment these days. And honestly, once they're up and running, do they provide many jobs? Like, you know what I mean? And
Good question. I feel like they're all very secretive.
yeah, and it doesn't make the area look appealing. Like, you would think you would want to move to an area where it has farmers markets and shops and restaurants, not this big building in the middle of nowhere, you know?
A really crazy story. This is why having the big Instagram following does help me sometimes. So I was in Haymarket, and they started building like 4 different areas of data centers, but they left the road the same. So every time you'd go, there's like mud everywhere, and I would literally get my car washed and it would be covered in mud. So I called the county and I'm like, look, what were you guys thinking? Like, you should have had them expand the road, make them clean it, you know, blah, blah, blah. And then they ended up telling me, oh, we follow you on Instagram, blah, blah, blah. I'm not kidding, within an hour, there was a truck out there washing it, and they were like, we're gonna tell them to take care of it. It lasted for a week, and then it went back to the way it was, so.
Okay. Well, at least you had your 15 minutes.
I had 15 minutes of damn it. Yeah. So if you want to hook up right there, guys, like that's trash. But anyways, all right. Well, hey guys, I appreciate you watching this episode. If you are thinking about buying or selling a home, definitely hit me up. Priscilla, she is a luxury homes specialist. Why don't you just go ahead and just talk about your company really quick and all of that?
Yeah, sure. So Premier Homes Group, we build in Northern Virginia, mostly in McLean and Vienna. We build anywhere from 5,000 square feet all the way to 9,000 square feet. We have outdoor living spaces, everything, luxury. You know, we really give a lot of attention to the details as a builder. And yeah, so if you're looking for a luxury home, let me know.
Yeah, my favorite feature that you guys do is the floor to ceiling windows. Then you always have the espresso machine and then the catering kitchen.
Catering kitchen, 2 floor windows, let a lot of the natural light in. So, you know, natural light makes you happier. There's a lot of studies, so we try to put those in all our homes. You know, anywhere from heated floors to steam showers to heaters outside in the outdoor living. That's important. You know, after COVID, everybody wants to be outside. So, yeah.
No, I know, I'm laughing because I'm like, you're listing all the things that I don't have in my house. So, all right, guys, definitely hit that subscribe button. Priscilla, I appreciate you.